Look at the map veto and see what exactly is going to be on the board for tonight's matchup. Like we saw before, Clubhouse was a very popular map last week for Dream Chasers overall, and Coastline, a very popular map for MC. Will we get either of those in the poll here? No. Consulate will be another one. Same map that we started out on Tuesday as well. So we're jumping into that one. It's a map that obviously we've had in the pool for a very long time here in Rainbow Six. So meaning it should also be a map that all of our players, including MC, who like we said before is a relatively new roster to the competitive space, even the players seem relatively new to the competitive space, should have a general idea of how to play it out. Not really a whole lot of advanced, strat making that needs to be done at this point, but them being new does put them in a peculiar position if things start to go bad, especially on attack in the middle of rounds, if they lose a hard breacher or something like that, especially with the hyper focus on, one or two positions on the map. If things start to go wrong there, they may run into issues adjusting with that, but we haven't seen them yet, so we'll have to wait and see how exactly the match is going to go. And meanwhile, we'll take a look at what you guys at home had to say about this matchup, who you think was going to come out on top. And it's actually way closer than I would have thought, to be honest. Dream Chasers only with about a 4% lead overall, away from the 50-50 mark. So 54 to 46% is where the vote ends up at. That's very surprising, I'm going to be honest.
What? Did they see what Dream Chasers did on Saturday? But Team MC, a lot of people like them. And apparently, Sharps is Shroud Jr., and that's what his teammates call him.
All right.
So he's got a big name to live up to.
Well, let's see if he holds up to that as we are getting started with our first matchup of the night now, ladies and gentlemen. MC up against Dream Chasers. Let's get into our ban phase now and see what operators we're going to see knocked out. Dream Chasers get the first ban on the board, meaning they'll also get the final defender ban with MC getting the two central bans, and you can see that aligned by the colors of the teams at the top if you're a newer viewer here to the Rainbow Six stream. First ban knockout, though, is going to be Glaz. This especially makes sense for the upstairs site. There's a lot of abuse he can use on the windows there, so it's important to knock him out so as not to have to deal with that.
Now, the second ban, okay, Montaigne. I was thinking more of like a Maverick or whatnot for the garage push, but Montaigne has been banned on attack. So moving over to the defensive side of things, Team NC, they're going to ban Echo. Smart choice, by the way.
Yep, this one aligns a lot more with what we've seen before. However, up to Dream Chasers now. They more than likely wouldn't knock out Maestro since they're starting on defense. So more like we're going to see him left in, and that's a lot of extra power going over the defenders. You with the Alda, which in itself is a very powerful weapon to utilize, on top of course, the Evil Eyes, which is great denial utility and great, really great intel. Now, recently we did see Twitch get a minor buff. Yeah, we did see Twitch get a minor buff, so it's not as powerful, but still, that's going to be left in. Valkyrie instead is going to get knocked out, who can, obviously with the just sheer amount of windows on this map, can do a lot of outside reconnaissance with the new throwing distance.
That makes a lot of sense. The fact that, okay, you ban Echo, you take out one of the best intel ops out there, guarding yellow stairs, playing in garage, every site on this map, Valkyrie is extremely valuable with 3 of her cameras that she can deploy just about anywhere on the map. So her being gone makes a lot of sense, and already you see Cloudstruck on one of his favorite operators, Pulse. I love Pulse play on this map.
Yep, and there's a lot that you can do with it. Just from the basement, you can, depending on the position, actually have viewability going all the way up to the second floor. We were seeing this used when we had our Consulate matchup in the Western Conference back on Tuesday as well, and Pulse was very much a defining operator for how the rounds tended to play out. And I see no reason why Cloudstruck's performance will be any different than that. But let's get into it. We are going to start on the second floor. This is the site we see most teams go towards nowadays. In the past, it had been a little bit more favored towards the basement, but we've seen that a recent shift away from that. Also, at least going off of the match we saw on Tuesday, a whole lot of lobby play as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that holds true in this matchup, and if teams choose to go to that over going to the basement first as their second site, that of course assumes that Dream Chasers do win the first round defense.
I'm interested to see how the attack is going to play out, because Consulate office is a big, wide open area that's extremely risky to roam around in if you're a defender. But the front desk, the waiting room, both of those places are really good at watching B from a distance. But if you go to meeting room, which houses the A site, you have to be more aware of the service stairs, the balcony, and the push from admin if they choose to take it there. But also, you have to be aware of the roamers. Going downstairs, you're going to see Jaeger. It's going to be Filthy. He's going to be in piano, which is going to be key.
You're probably going to see Filthy stick around this area for a long time, basically rotating between lobby and then going back over to piano room. This corner is actually a pretty popular spot for him as well. Basically, he'll be the guardian of yellow stairs. There's one of two ways. There's two ways you can basically approach the site as an attacker. It's either by going upstairs through the windows in admin, which does seem to be the way that Emcee are choosing to approach this right now, or you can choose a yellow stairs push. Yellow stairs push is a little bit more kind of in your face, and in my opinion has more room for failure, but obviously, as we saw in some of our Tuesday matches, there's a lot of room for denial on the defensive side and a push into admin. However, we're not really going to see that from Dream Chasers. They don't really try to stop them from pushing into the windows, so Emcee are able to pretty much walk right into admin and get nice, easy control here. Buck going to do a little bit of reconstruction, knocking out the floorboards. They can try to see if anyone is hanging out inside of Visa downstairs. But I don't believe we have much to set up there for Dream Chasers, so they won't really have anything to worry about. Here we go, though. Cloudstruck hunting at the moment. He's going fishing. And that Nitro cell will be his lure when he finally lines up an opportunity to see if he can catch something.
Cloudstruck is going to be the player that has to make a difference for his team. Being post, we all know where you're going to be. You're going to be watching Visa. You're going to be watching for Google repelling up the side of the building to see where the attack is coming from. Now that he has information, he's going to have to push out with his team, and already you see Relics utilizing Habana's charges. He's going to make sure, no, it gets shot out, gets denied immediately. But they want to create some type of opening to where they can pinch Dream Chasers in that area. So, Sharps able to utilize Jackal's ability to sniff out those footsteps, to be able to see where an enemy is momentarily. And now, all these players are gathering together to try to make a push through front office and copy room.
And we've got Zachman in position. He's probably going to be sitting outside for a large part of this round too, to try and see if he can find the positions that's been set up here. I haven't seen a whole lot of droning going on to the inside of the site, so they're going in a little bit blind. In fact, Zachman almost ends up losing himself early on here, but he is primed now to try and throw out asphyxiating bolts as he moves in. Dream Chasers will get the first pick, though, against Sharps. That'll be the Jackal trying to move in on the second floor. He'll get picked off. CJ is trying to get access over here towards the long desk, but no, Zach ends up peeking way too aggressively into the central balcony window. He goes down to it. Relics first to find a trade, but still a lot more work to be done as he finds another pickup.
Relics able to get the wall bang on Nightmare. Getting the headshot, but Habana looks towards service stairs, and Cloudstruck, the intel that he has received, was able to get the kill, leaving Obi in a 1v3 scenario with Buck. But coming up on service stairs is able to flank Cloudstruck, getting the kill. He knows where the diffuser is. I wonder if the intel is being gathered, but take a look at the outlines of the characters. He has 10 seconds left. He has to make a push in. You see the shots coming in and affected with the pre-fire. He's going to get the last kill of the round, putting Dream Chasers up 1-0.
Convincing hold overall from Dream Chasers. Unfortunately, from Emcee, we just never really saw enough pressure towards Yellow Stairs side, so the site defenders were never really pressured out. From what I could tell, there wasn't a whole lot of droning that was successful from Emcee either, so they weren't really able to figure out what to expect as they pushed into that site. On top of the fact that roamers were never really successfully dealt with, so they had to be constantly watching out for that. That stalled their progress by quite a bit. They did commit with enough time, but yeah, the issue was just not knowing enough about what to expect on the site. On top of an overall lackluster push, knocked them out pretty quickly once they got into Dream Chasers territory there on the second floor.
Team Emcee spent more time in admin office than looking for roamers, and it came back to pretty much bite them. So, Dream Chasers, see, they're gonna go to Cafeteria and Garage, one of my favorite sites. I love it, I love it. You have to keep your thermite alive. The bandit tricking is extremely important, but they're not gonna have that. You have Maestro. He's going to be chosen for affected. You have Smoke chosen as well. So great defenders being chosen all around for Dream Chasers. Team Emcee, are they going to be able to redeem themselves? That's going to be the main question.
Well, bringing a relatively standard lineup for what we expect here. Of course, the Thatcher being left in this time around should allow them to time their push appropriately with the Thermite and get access to the garage relatively easily. The problem for them, however, will more than likely come from getting Yellow Stairs access. We've already seen the power that Dream Chasers' roaming presence can have, and just, you know, being there, essentially, for lack of better a way to explain it.
You know what? I actually want to correct myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
I spoke about bandit tricking, and I was shocked because I didn't see it. I saw a Jaeger, but Cookies, he's actually going to be a mute.
Yeah.
It's going to have the same type of effect.
We've seen that be a recent change-up, I think, right around Invitational, right after Invitational, potentially. We saw a lot of teams bringing him into the fold as, well, they realized that, yeah, it pretty much does the same thing. Yeah. So we can use him as kind of a swap out for Bandit and have a little bit of extra utility in there. A little bit more droning being done this time immediately, as we are going to see at least Sharps try to go for control of admin to start things off. There is still room for the defensive team to do some second floor presence here, and as such, we are going to see Emcee look to clear it out before they end up committing to the inside.
Sharps is currently looking for roamers, and He caught a glimpse of the visual, not exactly the character outline, but there you have it. It's right there. He's getting caught out. Kyle Struck immediately gets called out. CJ the Burb. It's going to be the entry fragger now. 5v4. Team Emcee finally on top. But are they going to hold on to the lead?
This is already making up for the issues that we saw in round number 1.
Yeah.
They were lacking the capability to knock out the roamers from Dream Chasers.
They're way more aggressive now.
Already done that, yeah, with the nice roam they're doing on top floor. Now it's just a matter of time management and being able to appropriately move this down to the site before they end up running out of time. That tends to be the crux of a lot of newer teams when they approach the basement, and we'll see if that holds true. Again, they've got the basement open relatively quickly to the garage, so they've been able to get past that hurdle relatively easily as well.
So Obi is looking in console at the moment, but where Obi needs to be is going to have to be piano. You get the piano with Buck, you'll be able to use skeleton keys to shoot through the floor, and you'll be able to try to get a few picks here and there on Dream Chasers if possible, but either way, you're going to have some type of presence up there, which is going to keep Dream Chasers cognizant of that, and that's going to mess up their defense momentarily. But on yellow stairs, you see Filthy watching it. Oh, the battle's about to come out right now. Filthy being as patient as ever, he knows the threat is there. It's going to be a 1v2. If he's going to be able to clutch this up, this is going to be big for Dream Chasers.
It's a pretty multifaceted push that we're seeing at the moment from Emcee. They've got pressure coming back out at the back stairs. Oh, Filthy.
They have no idea he's there. No idea at all.
See him, I'm pretty sure, through that hole as well. I don't know if he just hasn't realized yet, but Filthy's going to make a walk in here. Oh, gives away his position, though, as he holds behind main desk. No one's able to counter him out just yet. Sharps and CJ the Bird, though, do start their push back in from Archive's side, and will work their way through Cafeteria to try and make their way into the garage. Remember, they've got pressure at yellow stairs and garage itself as well. So this is the potential to work great if they can pinch Dream Chasers appropriately, but could also go very badly if even one facet of this push is eliminated.
And the diffuser now going down. This is starting to become phase 3 of the attack. 3v4. Is he effective? Getting a kill on CJ. The C4 goes out. Cookies take Zachman off the map. 2v4, diffuser is down. You have a player in piano being a distraction. Cookies watching the front with Mute. 2v3 as Obi's able to get a headshot on Filthy.
Time almost about halfway gone on the diffuser here. Affected, looking for a lineup and working with Cookies to get it done. Nightmare in the meanwhile, this distraction working out brilliantly. He could just jump right on the diffuser. The only player left outside, no, doesn't even realize that the diffuse is going off. So Dream Chasers close out round number 2, nearly losing it there as the multifaceted attack from Emcee works on the execute, but it falls apart in the post plant, giving round number 2 over to DC.
There was just no fear in his heart at all to defuse that. He finds himself in a 1v1. He says, hey, I'm just going to hide behind a wall and go ahead and defuse it. Great slaying overall for Dream Chasers. Like I said, this is pretty much their revenge tour. They felt like they should have been in the finals last Thursday. They lose to Organized Chaos. They've correct some problems that they had. And you saw it on Saturday, beating OC 7-1. Now coming here being up 2-0 against Team Emcee. They're definitely doing things the right way. But this site will be in lobby and press room, so it's gonna be interesting. You have Maestro, Legion, Jaeger, Smoke, and also Mute. Let's see if Dream Chasers can go ahead and go up 3-0.
And this site tends to be one of the more interesting ones because of the fact that attackers seemingly have very easy access to it. Literally, all you gotta do is walk in the front door, and you could, in theory, plant. But obviously, it's a lot more complex than that. Defenders can hold from upstairs and fire from the top floor. There can be presence coming from the side halls. The main point of contention sometimes ends up being the bathroom that's in between the two sites. So a lot of ways the defenders can extremely easily deny that push in through the main doorway. And as such, sometimes you see the attackers swing away from that despite the ease of access and going for more of a push towards something like yellow stairs as well. So we'll have to see how exactly Emcee want to take their approach on this, as they'll be let out onto the board in just a few seconds here.
In the second round, Team Emcee, they were pretty successful in going ahead to drone out admin and getting control of the top floor, looking for roamers. Well, on this particular site, if you go ahead and go in the meeting room and also Consulate office, you'll be able to shoot through the floor, and you will see the bomb site right underneath you, which makes things extremely hard if you're a defender. So, Team Emcee, if they play their cards right, they will be able to do some damage, but you don't see Buck. You have a Zofia, and not a lot of verticality when it comes to pretty much evolving the map to your needs if you come from up top.
decent amount of self-destruction to play with potentially. However, Filthy, though, is going to be able to knock out Nomad early on, which strikes badly if Team Emcee's overall plan is going to be map control to leverage that into a site take. Nomad tends to be a very key piece of that, and that getting knocked out so early on is certainly going to hurt, as they'll have to do a lot more just general map exploration before they can assume their push is safe and they won't get killed by a roamer on the defensive side.
All right, so Zachman on Twitch, one of his favorite operators. He's going to go ahead and drone out looking for roamers, but going into admin, you see Team Emcee still struggling. 1:47 seconds left on the clock. More than enough time to make a play, but they're down a player already, which is Nomad. That's going to be extremely important because Nomad, she's great with the air jabs. She's able to watch the flanks, and Cloud Struck getting another kill. Zachman.
And a goo mine for good measure, apparently.
Gets taken out. So Dream Chaser's just on top, and they're not getting a challenge at all from Team Emcee.
Filthy with a dirty peek on the Jaeger, though. Deletes CJ before he can get anything done. Obi's there to trade it back, though, as he's going to be bringing the Blackbeard into play now. Works out to get access to this second floor, but okay. You're down to a 2v4. You've got just over a minute left. Scratch that. Okay, I can't even finish my sentence.
There you go.
A 0v4, apparently, as Dream Chasers do stop the push from Emcee before it even really gets started, unfortunately, and have a very convincing closeout on round number 3.
So Team Emcee, they're struggling extremely hard when it comes to these one-on-one gunfights. The Dream Chasers are just on another tier when it comes to that. So watching what Team Emcee are doing, do you feel like it's an easy change, or what are they really struggling on?
Yeah, I mean, coming off that last round, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot for them to learn because they just get denied entirely.
It was all 1v1s.
You know, peeking angles they shouldn't have been peeking, taking duels they shouldn't have been taking. Even though that we see a few trades from them, it's just too strong of a setup on the upstairs. That's basically just the roaming presence from Dream Chasers working out well, and doing its job to 100% round completion. It seems though like in every single round they're making a different mistake every time. First round they weren't really getting enough intel. Second round they split up too much, and although the attack worked because they split up, with the trades happening they didn't have enough of a support system when players went down to be able to keep enough pressure on the bomb once it had gone down. And then the last round, like I said before, they just basically get denied and trying to take upstairs control entirely, and there isn't a whole lot to go off of from that. So it's a different, the big problem for them is there's a lot to focus on. There's a different issue showing up in almost every single round right now.
And the one thing that they're definitely struggling on is one thing that you pointed out, they're not able to get trades. Whenever somebody dies, there's nobody right next to them to go in there and try to finish off the kill. So if somebody dies, and Capitao died on balcony window, who's going to be there to clean up that kill for him? Nobody. No information was given to them. They're not playing as a team. But like they've said before the game started, they're new to competitive plays. So overall, you could always get notes from these types of matchups.
And that is going to be their ultimate limitation. I touched on this in pregame too, where if things, especially on attack, defense will be a little bit easier since you're like, you can set up a general strat and you don't have to adjust too much. But when things go wrong on attack, you often have to make really huge changes to your overall strategy. And a team that's relatively new just may not have that deep of a playbook to be able to make those kinds of plays, and that may be the ultimate factor in what knocks Emcee out of the running here, and what very well could become a somewhat one-sided match if we don't see a change of pace relatively soon.
So we saw this side in the very first round, and one thing that was actually interesting was that Team Emcee, they didn't even bother to go to yellow stairs. So we see them going towards Visa and whatnot. Are they going to switch things up this time around? Or are they going to continue to try these failed strategies?
It's looking like there's still a favor on an admin push at this point, so looking like a big no on that.
It wasn't even close to first game.
Yeah.
So, because of one time where it's like, hey, if you're not winning these at all and you're losing these fights consistently and the strats aren't made to topple Dream Chasers, change it up.
Yeah, DC still had like 3 or 4 players up at the end of the first round just because they never put any pressure at all on the site players.
Yeah.
And the roamers were never really dealt with, so when the push came to shove and it was up to the actual push, they were able to fall back. Now Nightmare is going to get caught this time as he tries to get a little bit greedy. Still gets the job done though. Still is able to pick up a 1-for-1 trade. So Emcee are probably going to be a little bit mad about that, but nothing they can do as once again, this Capitao is taken out so early on in the round, and that's some very important utility. The same problem they had in round 1 as well, where this utility was denied. Now, again, they'll be facing the same issue where they might have gotten better at gathering intel, but they can't deny these site players anymore. They can't push them out of positions they may be holding.
But look at this. All of Team Emcee, they were all in Visa together. They're not spread out at all. And there's no versatility to their strategy. But CJ, able to get a pick. Hey, maybe there are power in numbers. So with it currently being 4v3. Team MC finally up in regards to numbers this lane of game. We're going to be entering phase 3 soon. 52 seconds left on the clock.
You've got...
I love how he just denies.
Got a nice pulse in position here to completely deny the push up spiral stairs. This is the other problem too. Because they moved away completely from the admin push, this is not really an angle they could confidently run into. They can just... I mean,
spiral.
Yeah, Dream Chasers can literally just have a crossfire, and there's basically zero chance of stopping this unless someone has a really lucky 1v1 when they're able to push someone out of an angle. So once again, this is more than likely going to fail. All right, to be fair, they have brought this down to an even fight, or seemingly even. I don't know if Relic is going to be able to get revived, but there's the run-up from another player, and again, Crossfire easily takes him down. Relic's definitely not getting revived. Obi, at least patience works out for him as he gets a double. And now all of a sudden, things have been turned on its heels. We're down to only one player left for Dream Chasers. They're somehow making this work. Problem is, though, time. They don't have the diffuser. They can't plant it, and the defender, our Maestro, just runs for the hills. He knows that diffuser is down.
So close.
Dream Chasers will once again close out and continue to lead 4-0.
So close. And the highlight of that entire round was after he went up service stairs and he got the 2K, he froze for a good second. Like, he didn't even believe that he got the 2K. And he didn't go for the diffuser. Time ran out, and Dream Chasers played it well. Hey, it's a 1v1. You have about 10 seconds left. You're going to have to go and plan. I'm going to run away, save my life, and win this round. Dream Chasers out 4-0. But we're going back to Garage.
And I believe it might have been affected as well that actually dropped the diffuser, just playing off of his own intel at that point.
Yeah.
Now
that was rough.
The 6th pick here over to the Thermite is probably not going to be too useful, as I believe Dream Chasers will expect a hard breacher anyway. So not going to be able to throw them off. At minimum, might just kind of hold the defenders back from trying to peek garage angles or something like that, so they might be a little worried about that being in presence, but also more than likely Dream Chasers going to be able to figure out that they would have needed hard breach since it's basement.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, and realize that either someone would have swapped out to either Hibana or Thermite.
Last time we played Garage, we saw Cookies not be successful when it came to protecting the garage doors. Team MC, they're able to get the breach from via Thermite charge, and they were able to get the diffuser down. But Dream Chasers, I'm pretty sure they've learned from their mistakes recently. And I expect Cookies to be more on his heels when it comes to this.
You can see once again, Jaeger will be setting up the majority of his ADSs. I think actually pretty much 3 out of 4 of them are going to end up going down in the upstairs bathroom here. And there's a reason for that, because for the attackers, it's very important to be able to leverage first floor control away. And this bathroom actually is a pretty good hard point for the defenders to kind of lock themselves into. And there's a hatch, which is pretty useful for if things start to go sour and they think they're going to get pushed out. They can just jump right down the hatch and play into the site instead. But you do want to try and hold that for as long as the round allows you to waste the time of the attackers.
And once again, Team MC coming from the east side of the map. Over near Visa and Zach gathering some intel. But moving into Piano, that's going to be a key position now that the bomb site is down in Garage. But Sharps, he's going to be one of the first ones in there for Team MC.
Let's see. Once again, they're going to be favoring control of Visa first off to work their way back in. CJ going to check lobby control as well. Sharp sending up in a duel relatively early on as once again the Vigil play will be on the 2nd floor. And without any presence to eliminate that, he can still sit on the inside. They've got him tracked right now, so he's going to be a little bit cautious about his play style here now. But still, we've got Filthy.
Oh, no.
Catches Obi on the swing-in. We'll take him down, and we end up in a 5v4. Potentially, yes, a 5v3 as well. Cloudstruck catches Relics before he can jump outside of the Visa windows.
Raining shots from above. Dream Chasers, they have the answer to everything. Team MC, they have nobody up top trying to clear roamers. See Zach Man currently hard breaching Garage by himself. Yeah, is he by himself?
Yep.
Yeah, all by himself with the diffuser. So is he going to make magic happen while his teammates are on the opposite side of the map? They're trying to stay out, take out the roamers, and a minute, 20 seconds left on the clock, and everybody on Dream Chasers, they're alive.
Upstairs bathroom control is still here for Dream Chasers as well. They haven't been able to push Cookies to the outside of it either, so they don't really have full first floor control yet. You can see Filthy and Cloudstruck are still on the 2nd floor. If they try to push the site, they're going to get pinched so easily, just like that. Filthy walks in, takes out Sharp. Now the ADS are dealt with. I believe a Thatcher grenade is thrown in there and is able to deal with that relatively quickly. But that's not going to mean much unless grenades actually start getting tossed into the room there. And meanwhile, Zachman still on his own here, ready to push in, but he's taking some heat in the meanwhile. Someone from the inside of Garage has dealt a little over 90 damage to him. So he's not going to be too courageous and trying to peek this angle once again.
Now, we saw Gunfire come up from above and shoot in front of White Van. So what that is, that's piano control. Zach is unable to put the diffuser down because not only are lanes being held by Affected and other defenders, but he's also getting shot from above. But CJ able to get a double kill. Cloud Strout and Affected. They're taken out, putting him in a 1v3 situation. He has to get the diffuser down.
Time is going to become a major issue now. 15 seconds left. Really doesn't have an option, just has to push in. Cookies with a very clean headshot, if I do say so myself. Takes out CJ, and Dream Chasers continue their phenomenal run here against Emcee. Flawless so far as they claim their 5th consecutive round.
They need a tactical timeout. Do we offer those?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually not sure. If there is,
I don't think so.
We haven't seen a team use one yet.
They need one.
Also, I don't think we can pause games, unfortunately. So.
No. So
that's more of a LAN thing.
And this is the thing about Rainbow Six Siege. It's one of the most in-depth games ever. The most in-depth shooter I've ever played. And when you get caught in a game like this where you're down 0-5 and you have to always be quick on your feet and have to come up with all these strategies to overcome your opponent, it's hard, man. So when you watch this game played at such a high level, it's really cool to see teams come back from games like this. But the sights will be on the first floor. Let's see if Dream Chasers can go 6 straight.
A full double rotation of sites as well, with them going from the second floor to the basement to the lobby. This would be the complete rotation for a second time around if they are able to finish off in lobby. And to be honest, we've been given no reason to believe why they wouldn't be able to do this at this point, as they've had solid control every single round they've won so far. But let's see if Emcee can at least get one attacking round under their belt before the half closes out.
We would hope so. Last time we saw Dream Chasers play, they had control on every single floor. Every single floor. They have presence up top, Consulate. They have presence first floor and also basement. Team Emcee, they just tried to attack on the first floor while just being absolutely ignorant about any type of roaming presence up top, and it costed them big time. So, Cookies, he's gonna be utilizing Ella. We saw Cookies in the semifinals last Thursday. Almost had 3 huge clutches, but nonetheless, he was a standout player, and it feels good to see him back at this point.
Very good indeed. And it's actually going for a bit of a personal pick, I think, on this last round, since they have such a confident lead at this point. You can already tell he's going to be taking a very mobile playstyle with the way he's been running around and setting up the Geschmack mines.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how that plays into the round here. Most importantly, if they're able to leverage into kills. Oof! Oh! The turnaround from Filthy. Thought he was dead as he got caught in an off angle. But he's able to bring it back into his favor. Taking out Zofia as well this early on.
Filthy with the disgusting wall banging. Zach, he couldn't even help it. He had to give him props. You have to give him props after a shot like that. And Filthy getting a double kill already.
This is just game sense right now.
Yeah,
Filthy.
this is just
outplaying his opponents here, keeping him guessing as well as to where he's going to take the next angle at.
Filthy, teach me. That was half the man is Filthy. Please. So, still presence all around the map. Team Emcee, no answer just yet. CJ, he's going to be the first one on the board for Team Emcee, getting a kill, taking out the hot hand. Filthy is going to take a seat for the rest of the round. But still, Dream Chasers, you have great ops around the board that you still have to take out. Even if you get through players like Filthy, you have to get through Maestro. You have to get through Smoke. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, that was just for basement control, losing.
That was just for basement, all that time.
So now they have to actually move this forward. You can see there's a pretty big stack trying to work their way in through Yellow Stairs door right now, but you've got Cookies up top trying to deny this. I believe Nightmare has a position on the second floor as well. Try and isolate this with the smoke. And overall, this just won't be an easy push for these guys to try and pull off. You've got Affected, I think, that can potentially get in a position to help this too. There we go. Cookies finding one. No immediate support to try and trade that coming in from Emcee. So they'll be down to 2 players. 1 player going to get hit by a Geschmack mine. Cookie is continuing to push out now, down to 1, unfortunately, for Emcee. And he's been blinded out. He is going to throw one of the air jabs directly on top of himself. So maybe he gets a second to try and turn a duel around. But thankfully, he does escape, at least for now. Still, though, he's down as the last man standing. He's brought it to a 1v3, yes, but he's only got 30 seconds to clutch out the round. This may be the end for Emcee, at least in this half.
Just after Cookies got a second kill, the entire team for Dream Chasers, they just started wall banging. Just trying to pick up a sexy kill for the stream. But Relics, he's going to be in garage right now. Still looking for roamers, 12 seconds left on the clock. I don't even think he can even run to the bomb site on time.
We'll double take there on the camera real quick, just to make sure.
Destroyed that camera, by the way.
It doesn't matter at this point, unfortunately. But as he runs up spiral stairs, he is going to... Oh, never mind. He's going to run into the setup, but he's out of time anyway. So Dream Chasers will get yet another round under their belt. A perfect defensive half from them, and they will lead 6-0 at halftime.
So there's one thing I want to point out. I have a competitive background as well, and games like this, you can't get discouraged by.
Yeah, absolutely.
You cannot get discouraged by games like this. And the reason why I say that is that we're all on a journey. And if you're on a journey to get to the USN as a finalist or whatnot, be the best ever in Rainbow Six Siege, you're going to have to take losses like this. If you don't take any type of losses that are like this on a main stage, scrims, or anything like that, and you don't watch the VOD and learn from it, you're not going to get better as a player, as a person, whatever. So being able to take an L like this, and I'm not counting them out yet, by the way. I have hope for Team Emcee because I actually like them. To be able to learn from games like this, it adds so much character. So, Team Emcee, I hope that we see them again. I'm not counting them out yet, by the way, again, once more. But I really want them to learn from this and get better. They're new to the competitive scene. They made it this far. A lot of teams don't make it this far. And I love their personalities. They're great people, great players. It just happened that they went against one of the hottest teams in the bracket.
Yeah, they've already had some good adjustments and clearly already correcting for a few of their mistakes. I mean, the most glaring one on round number 1 was their lack of droning properly, which immediately was made up on round number 2 and the following rounds, I think, for the rest of the half. The biggest issue was basically just dealing with the roaming presence, which really got in their way for at least 2 or 3 rounds.
But even mid-game adjustments, they never had a plan B.
Yeah.
Whenever 2 people died on one side of the map, they still stuck those 3 people together in Visa or whatever, and it was just, it was a mess. It was sloppy. So you see them correct those mistakes after every single round, but I want to see them with another week of practice. And see them after a month of practice.
You can't even necessarily blame them for a lack of strats because they're so new. Really late.
Exactly.
So it's been a reasonable
hard game.
To expect them to have that level of a playbook against Dream Chasers, who we've seen, many, many times, even outside of the USN as well here. Oh, filthy. No, can't do them like that.
Almost.
I've never seen a wallbang nade before. That would be a new one.
Oh, I have. Waka actually did it in the scrim. He got a double kill from it. It was insane. But Dream Chasers up 6-0 right now against Team Emcee. It's the semifinals here in the Eastern Conference. We saw our bad win the Western Finals on Tuesday. Thursday, we're going to see who the champions are this week. The Cookies, utilizing his breach charge, able to get down that castle barricade. Oh, no! But through the drone hole, Cloudstruck shot the toes off of Relics. And there you have it. Claymore goes down, and Dream Chasers on the attack. They're ruthless. They're not letting up. They're aggressive, they're fast, and they're almost on the side already.
That's Rainbow, folks. A little bit off the timing there that time for Filthy, but wouldn't have caught much with it anyway. However, he's going to get some shot back immediately as he tries to make a push. Doesn't seem to matter, though. His second kill is found by Affected. Got Buck doing a whole lot more reconstruction from downstairs. Sharp's able to wrap back around, manages to take out the bucket while he's busy with his construction work. At least brings this down into a 4v3, which they could try to leverage back. Cloudstruck, this is really the difference for Dream Chasers. They get into position a lot earlier, and they're being patient with their push because they have the luxury of time right now.
That was a great kill to take out Phil, because what Filthy was doing, he was being, a nuisance. Coming from below with Buck, he was able to shoot through the floor and pretty much trap Emcee in whatever area he wanted to. Great kill by Affected. But by taking out Filthy, you put your team at an advantage. But after that kill, Team Emcee, they're going to be down 2v3. This actually looks doable now.
Unfortunately, it's really more of a 1v3. He's
now.
not going to have time to res his teammate, who's been down for the last 20 seconds or so. Plant is coming in from Cloudstruck in the meantime. That Alda is great, but it doesn't necessarily give you the capability to move in. The res will come off on Zach, but mind you, the HP you're given on res was recently nerfed, so he's going to be down at 20 HP. They find the equalizing kill, though, but Cookies is going to get Zachman as he walks right into his crosshairs, and now it's all up to that Alda to get the job done in the 1v2. This would be a heroic moment for CJ to bring his team back. He's getting aggressive with it too. He's got to be careful. Works his way over to the long desk. Is going to try to leverage into a kill, and he gets it. Knocks out Cookies. We're into the 1v1. Affected in the meanwhile has completely fallen back. Catch the Claymore. Don't do this. No, that's exactly what they wanted. The air jab gets, and he even waits. No.
That's some disrespect.
Affected will take him out, and we do see the perfect 7-0 from Dream Chasers as they close out this semifinal.
There's no way at all. But nonetheless, great effort by teams. Great effort, okay? I really hope that they watch the VOD and learn from this. A new team, great group of guys, but unfortunately, they failed to dream chasers.